Happy Tuesday morning or whenever you are viewing this. Thank you guys so much for coming back. McKenna, Stitching in Sequins, and holy mother, I have a lot to show you. My pile of whips and 2 new starts that I have planned for this month, finishes, and 1884 stitchery update goodness. Hope you guys have been well. We've been fine, just trucking along. I still feel like I got in trouble going to a bar too many times, and Joe's put me in timeout, and so I'm not allowed to go out. That's how I'm feeling right now. So we started, the boys are in mixed. The boys are in their 3rd week of online school. I completely hate it. Their asses need to be back in the classroom. A school district here in Arizona, not too far from us, had kids going back to school yesterday, Monday. My school district that I live in, they are getting together on Thursday to kind of have a little powwow, and hopefully the next couple weeks we'll get an email that in-person teaching will start up again. So fingers crossed for that. But they enjoy it, but that honeymoon phase kind of, deteriorates after a while. And I just don't have the patience to try to teach them, nor is that my job requirement as being a mother. Send them off to school. That's how it works. Joe and I are doing fine. I said that like we're on the rocks or something. Went on the boat a couple weekends last weekend, I think. So yeah, great weather here. Hot as Hades. Easily, let's see, the month of, I'm trying to remember how the news said it. This year we've had the most total 110 plus days. Now, when I read this last week, it was like 36 days. Now it's probably like low 40s. I think everything sort of feels hot after like 105. And so then it doesn't really matter how hot it is outside. If it's 115, 118, it all kind of feels the same. The heat doesn't bother me. I know it does for a lot of people. Joe is completely over it. He was born here. He's moved out of the state a couple times when he was younger. He's over the heat. He wants to move somewhere where there are seasons. I don't like the seasons. I don't do snow. I don't do cold. So I'm happy here. I told Joe if he so chooses, he can move and I'll stay. Okay, so let's get into it. Michael and I are here. He's dressed a little bit more fancy than I am, but Michael is here. My parents, when my dad was alive, I had asked them, hey, you guys had old albums, and I kind of have an art project that I want to do in the boys' playroom. I want to frame up albums and then put them all on a wall. Obviously, I would not be putting up Michael. But I remember that they had the off the wall album. So they brought me a tub like over a year ago, and I went through and I was like, Michael's not in the tub. What happened? Well, my mom went searching a couple weeks ago, and she found Michael plus like some Beatles albums I don't like the beetles, so I mean, I'm still keeping them. Eagles, I'm trying to think what else. But Michael was in the stash. So Michael will be getting framed up. I would like to frame him like this, because this is the album, how it opens. But they don't make, yeah, that would probably have to be a custom, but I think I'm just going to get an album frame for Michael and put him somewhere so we see Michael. Joe died when I like squealed, and the boys were like, oh my god, and I was like, that's mine. Speaking of, we'll do life update at the end. Let's just get into it, shall we? I have the best, the Stitchy community is amazing. We all know that already. But when you deal with the Stitchy community, whether it be a rack random act of kindness, or you go on to Stitch Mania or a group and you're asking for, looking for a certain chart or whatever your question, and you get a ton of feedback, right? You're just blown away by the response. I am always shocked, humbled, honored when stitchers contact me, loved ones, and either they contact me because they want me to take over stash from a deceased stitcher, or they themselves have decided to put the craft down for one reason or another. I was contacted by an amazing woman, and I was shocked by all the goodness of her stitchy stash that she had. I have put up last week I decided to start with the fabric that I had acquired. Now, never realized somebody could have so much silk weaver fabric other than silk weaver themselves. The fabric is amazing. I love stitching on silk weaver fabric. When I posted it, holy moly, you guys snapped it up like it was I don't want to say hotcakes, like a shirtless firefighter cop on the corner. I don't know. The only piece that I kept was Ametrine 28 count Lugana. I saw these colors and absolutely fell in love. I was nice. I could have said, F you all, I'm keeping all the fabric. Obviously that's not what I'm about. So I kept one piece. All that is left is this bin. So if you are in the market for some fabulous hand-dyed fabrics, head on over to 1884 Stitchery. Up at the top, I have little links, and click on the fabric link. 28 counts, 32 counts, opalescence, and I mean, they're big cuts. 20 by 28, 26 by 36. Gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. So I put up about 75 pieces of fabric. That took me a day or two to post. And this is all that remains. So I know that fabric, if people are not wanting to adventure out to their LNS, fabric can be kind of hard to acquire, or stitching online stores are low on their stock. Check out my stock. The other thing I have in the works, I will be getting lots of new inventory, hopefully on a regular basis. Maybe every month, maybe every other month. But I brought home 3 huge boxes the other day full of cross-stitch stuff. So that I will be slowly putting onto 1884. Every day I try to add something new. One, it gives me something to do, and I just love it. I love adding new product. And follow me on Facebook, 1884 Stitchery, Instagram, and I always do a little post there of what I just posted, so you guys are always in the know. The best way to know what I've posted, you go on the website up at the top. If you click on all products, that will show you everything that I have posted, the newest things that I've posted. I got a huge stack though of charts from Courtney Collection. Yes, if you remember, I stitched Nightmare, one of my most favorite pieces. Totally dissed at State Fair. Still sour about it. Don't want to talk about it. Out of all these Courtney Collection charts, I kept one. Mystic. It took me a second to figure out what I'm looking at. It's a female, eyes closed. She has flowers in her hair. I like to think that it won't take long to stitch. 105 by 120, it won't. So I have kept this. I love how much negative space there is, how much of the fabric shows. Oh, what about this? On this. Obviously like a solid color. Might be happening. You want to see what other Courtney Collection charts are available? I had one purchased yesterday, and it was her unicorn chart. So I'm the unicorn hunter, so you're welcome. So as of right now, I still have some Mystic charts available. Let's do a sal, shall we? Maiden's Fair. Now this is kind of like Mermaid's Folly, where it's 3 charts in one. So you can do the whole thing, or you can do just 2 of the ladies. Tranquility. I contemplated keeping this. This is Alpha Blue. I love how the alphabet then there's these really cool designs incorporated within the alphabets. Long and skinny piece. Bird of Paradise. Really, really cool. Kind of very Art Nouveau. For a while, I was contemplating stitching this, Don Quixote. Celtic Alpha, another long and skinny, 14 wide, yes, 14 by 361. And that's it. So, yeah, Courtney Collection is your jam. Head on over and pick up finishes. What have I finished since seeing you guys last time? I am part of the Stitchers Coven on Facebook. Fix the skirt. I was thinking I was shorter, so that's why I tried to up my chair. Stitchers Coven Facebook group. I will link down below. I signed up a few months ago for October Halloween Smalls Exchange. Love doing stuff like that. I decided to stitch for my person, Got Newt. This is from Bent Creek. Did not add the snappers. I don't understand the whole snapper thing. This is what it looks like if you stitch the whole entire piece. It's part of a collection, but I liked her, so I stitched her. And here is the finish. Super cute. Love how this cauldron came out. Girl after my own heart with the shoes. So yeah, I will be finishing this up. Not sure if I want to do a pillow or frame it, but I think I want to do a pillow. I haven't done a pillow in a really long time, and I really like doing them. So yes, got that finished. Do you want to stitch Got Newt? Great. Use the word haunted in a sentence, and I will pick a winner in my next video. And I will send this to you wherever you are in the universe. Use the word haunted. Another finish. 1612. This is from the Primitive Needle. Now, I love this design. Really, really cool. But I thought, God, I just stitched something really similar. And you probably thought the same thing. This is crap. Recently finished this too. Anyway, this looks similar to this, but I love tombstones. They're different enough, so I stitched it. And here it is. Love it. I used the called for colors. Yeah, I stitched this on a piece of Havana in 40 count. And it is supposed to be, as you can see on this, solidly stitched. I don't have time for that. And I love the seam, the fabric from Seeing the Fabric. So I added, highlighted, like even this was supposed to be filled in, these circles, but I kept those not filled in, and I just used the lighter color to kind of add some highlights. So yeah, I really, really like how this turned out. My last video, I looked at the comments before getting on. Somebody asked about how I keep the pieces in here. How do I attach them? Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, they all sell their own version of glue dots. So these ones are Zots. I ordered some off of Amazon. They got lost, so I had them resend them. But I was getting antsy on putting this together, so when I was at Michael's, I picked some up. But they come on paper, and they're the glue dots. You can just peel them off and lay them on the fabric. But what I do, I cut them with scissors and then put them on the back of the fabric, rub it, and then peel them off that way. That's how it works. That's how I use them. And they hold up, they stay. I add a few, I can't see them through the fabric. Now, knowing if you did like 9 count or like a 10 count, you'd probably be able to see it, but you could always back the fabric that you stitch on. So attached them to these. You can see I attached one here. If in person, you can kind of, if you're looking for it, you can be like, oh, there's something, but you can't see it. And I used the same in my larger book for not my Halloween kind of dark pieces. Stitched smalls I keep in here. Everything else I put in here. And I did the same thing with the paper label that I typed out with the chart name and the date I finished it. They also work there. So yeah, I haven't had any issues. I love simple and easy. Oh yes, I added finishes, totally forgot. So if you guys remember, in the beginning when I started FlossTube, I was gifted a huge box of fabric. In that box was this piece that was not finished. I tracked down the chart, which was gifted to me and sent to me. And so I love that it is a mix of her stitches and mine. I finished it up. This is Blackbird Designs Headgrow bag. I know I have a copy or two on 1884, and I finished it. Then I made this into a flat fold, which I had in my curio cabinet. Hated it. I would look at it and thought, McKenna, that is the worst FFO you've ever done. When you figure out a way to fix it, you need to fix it. So I ripped it apart and cut it down. And I like when you pull fabric, like the threads on the fabric, obviously then it's even all the way across. So I just counted, I think I have 1 thread on this side before I get to the stitched X. I have 1 thread going down this way before the X's. And then I just use scissors and trim up the threads that are coming out. Attached it. I need to write up a little thing. The Stitcher's stash, the Ceased Stitcher stash that I picked up while in California a couple months ago, I finished the Quilting Bee. This was a piece that she had started. I finished it and decided to put it in my book. So I need to write up a little, type up a little thing and insert it in there. So yeah, and I will put a link down below of this binder scrapbook that I got off of Amazon, lots of different colors. You guys have, when I posted in this, that I was adding in that 1612 piece, you guys commented, what a great idea, fabulous. And I sent a few people a link to this one. So, I mean, it's a great way to, maybe you're not an FFOer, maybe that's just not your thing, but you can do this. And you can get bigger ones. So maybe you don't want cross stitching up on your wall, then just get large enough albums to finish them in page form. You do a huge Mira, you don't have to frame it up. You could stick it in this. Okay, let me show my whips I've been working on. Now, I organized my whip wheel. I used Tiny Decisions on my phone. And I thought, oh my God, I only have 5 whips. I'm not someone that likes a lot. I'm not a monogamous stitcher, but I like the use of a wheel. I can't decide, so I'll let a little technology help me decide. But I've touched a lot of things, so let me show you. You guys probably forgot about this. Oh, where is the, I don't have a front cover of it, so. You guys remember this? Friendship seed? The two ladies, and then down below, the chart gives you the Italian, English, or Spanish version of what it says down below, which is friendship, cultivating. It takes two people to cultivate friendship. I don't remember what it says. I'm stitching this on a piece of Cross Wing Collection fabric. Holy moly, love that stuff. Had never stitched on it until I started on this because I loved the color of it, this blue, which is lightly modeled. And here I'm at. So the lady with the black hair, me, she is all done. And then I started working on the other lady here. But as you can see, their dresses are a little bit of a beast. This is 40 count, I believe. Yeah, 40 count. So I'm doing 1/2. Love the color and really like how this comes out. I don't know, I get in the moods where I like pretty dainty designs, and this falls into my pretty dainty design. Here I stitch Nightmare, and then I'm stitching this. But yeah, I really like this. This chart is from Corey Batacor. First time I have stitched one of those designs using the called for DMC, but I did change the skin tone on the black-haired girl to be more me. And then I kept the lighter tone skin on the other lady, but I did change her hair. Marlene bag. Hi, Marlene. This is from Avlea, Mediterranean Folk Embroidery. You can find those designs on 1884. This is, I don't have the cover photo, but this is the design. I am stitching this piece on Mellow Cashel 28 count. I wanted something 2/2, really good coverage, real thick, love the colors. Boop. This is where I'm at. So finished the bottom border, which I really, really like. And then did this first flower. Now that will be mimicked over here, and then a larger flower will be put in the middle. So yeah, I love this. Called for DMC. If you have not checked out the designs, really, really cool, really unique. And the designer owner, Krista West, I will link her YouTube videos down below. She talks about her designs, but then she talks about the inspiration behind them, which I think is just really unique and different for a YouTube channel. Restart. The queen that was ink circles. It was a Nashville release this year. This was the only Nashville piece that I purchased from Abby Top Knot shop. Loved it. I had started stitching it. I wanted to stitch just as is. Dark fabric, red frame. I started stitching it on Mystic. Wasn't feeling it. So ditched that. And I have restarted it. Same colors. This is Chocolate by Silk Weaver. It's a 38 count. I'm doing 1/2. And I love it so much more. Let the inappropriate jokes fly. Skull's mouth is open. Bone looks like a penis. Intentional? No. I was just tired of working on that lighter color, so I thought I'm going to add some green in and just kind of work clockwise. But I really like this fabric, so I'm much happier with it. I work on this in my office. If I'm just watching YouTube, need a break from posting inventory. So yeah. And then when this is done, I'll probably put it in my book as well. That goes there. This is the piece I've been working on the last couple days. This was a new start. Called for colors, DMC, scattered seed samplers. Love their designs. Really cool, really kooky. I'm here for that. This is Sir William Black. He's just fancy. He's got some Sergio Rossi boots. If they're not, then they're Jimmy Choo. Hell of an outfit. I think it's a jumper. But yeah, I've seen this chart for a while and I had it in my stash and I thought I'm gonna start it because why not? What am I stitching this on? 40 count? Yeah, it's 40 count. I don't know what it is though. I don't have the tag with me. It's out in my stitching area and this is where I'm at. Working from the bottom up. Walking Dead kick. I have started over watching the show, so last night I filled in his pant while watching. Here's the start of his tail that kind of comes up. But yeah, really cool. I like it a lot. Like the coverage on the 40 count. So might continue working on this, or I'll spin, or I'll pull out. There we go. I'll pull out my Mira. You guys. Have I done more? I've done more since you guys last saw her. It's been, though, maybe almost 2 weeks since I've touched her. I put her down because I had her Swarovski crystals drying. Yes, I'm one of those people. I am beading and adding on Swarovski crystals as I go. Clutch your pearls, pee your pants, shut down my video, throw your phone. Sacrilegious, I know. I'm gonna stand up because I want to make sure I am close on this one. So here's where I've gotten, okay. I'm only doing beads on this little backdrop area, I've decided. Do I love beading? It's okay. Let me get closer, hold on. The beading's okay. Wow, there we go. But I don't want, I want different elements. Beads. Oh, I guess I did bead her hair. Never mind. So if you look at, so this is at the Met. Her head thing goes way back, right? I shortened it and did my own version of it. Then I added in Swarovski crystal flatbacks, and I just E6000 glued them on. Yes. That's right, a E6000 glue on a Mira. Her piece that goes around her head are also white Swarovskis. These are beads here. Now these, part of her head, like went down to her shoulder. I shortened it. I didn't want all of that, so I just beaded my own way. Sort of followed the chart. I did the back stitching. Holy moly, that totally changed and made me fall in love with her even more. Did the back stitching along her arm, her hands, and then some Swarovski draping on her shoulder, and added those in, and then that's why I set it down for those to dry. So, oh, it's not focused. Just a second, Erwin. So that is where I am at. I may want to pull her back out. Hold, Erwin wants in. So, come on. I don't use scroll frames. I have Q-snaps, which my LDS is on, my Opus, which is really, really long. And I could easily take Opus off and put the Mira on, because then none of the beads, none of the crystals will be smashed. I also have a really large hoop though, that, as you can kind of see, the circle that I was using, because it all fits within the circle, the beads and everything. But obviously, as I work my way down, I'm gonna have to figure it out. Now, why did I bead and, no, not up here. Bead and add the crystals already? Because I'm impatient. My OCD would not let me continue until I added all the pretty sparkliness. Will that come to bite me in the ass later? Probably. Am I worried about it? No, there's a way around everything. So yeah, did not do the skin 1/1, none of that, not my thing. But yeah, I really like how she is turning out. I'm using the called for DMC for her skin tone, which I have not changed in any way. And then everything else, because sometimes I'm bougie, I'm using Vicki Clayton HDF silks for everything else. Can't wait to get into the colors. I think that's what I'm itching for. Do I like color changing threads, changing colors? I don't mind it. Yes, it like stops my rhythm of stitching and back and forth. But I'm pretty good at counting. I know, 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty good at being able to count down and get it right. I've never have been a person that has needed to unpick. I don't know. So I feel confident being able to count down on a Mira, so I can start working on her colorful wrap scarf right here. So yeah, I will probably hold off on adding these crystals here. Maybe I can hold off on adding any more accoutrements until the very end. But yeah, so maybe I'll go back to my Mira today. I bought all kinds of the Swarovski crystals, right? And I don't like keeping them in those plastic containers. The Mill Hill beads come in them, because I just feel like they would pop open and then I'm going to be digging through them in my project bag. So this container divider was at my Dollar Tree. Holy moly, they've extended their craft section. So I picked up one of these, and this works perfect to keep my Swarovskis all organized. Okay, that's it. I've decided. Pulling back out the Mira today. Great. Thank you guys for voting and helping. This is in my Naked Dude Alexander Henry fabric bag that was gifted to me by Mitch Stitch. Love this bag, or as Ayrton says, Naked Jesus. Jesus is hot then. All right, don't fold that. Let's set that here. Let's talk about 2 new starts that I have coming this month with 2 amazing friends. One I've met, one I have not. The one that I'm going to be starting this Saturday with Rachel. Rachel, you need to do YouTube videos. Huh. We'll talk. Maybe we'll figure out something. Tiny Modernist. Never have stitched a piece by Tiny. Marvelous Modernist. When I first saw it, though, I thought it was a Barbara Anna design. So Rachel posted it on her IG, and it comes in 2 different ways. You get a blonde girl, redheaded girl, or you get this dark hair girl. Yes. Yes. Holy dress Batman. You know, I'm already thinking of some way to scheme to not have to do all that fill-in. I don't know though. So you get this design plus the other design, 2 in 1. I just went on to tinymodernist.com and purchased it. $9? Yeah. I love the colors, the brightness. You guys know how I feel about geese. Ducks, they're in the geese family. Geese are in the ducks family. It's close enough. So it's kind of it's me with my hatred of geese. Little hedgehog, love the little flowers. I love it. So I'm going to do this version. Rachel, are you doing the other version? But I loved it on the dark fabric. Didn't have any dark fabric. Now, I was taking a nap after I purchased this, and I thought, I'm going to do it on Aida. 14, 16, 18 count. 18 count Aida, it only comes out to 7.9 inches by 10.2. So totally small. You would think Aida'd be freaking humongous. No. The total design is 142 by 184. Went through my Aida stash, 14, 16, 18, didn't have anything. Then I thought, you can do 36 count. So I had a piece of cream ivory 13 by 18 that I had purchased off of 123 Stitch super long time ago. I rip dyed it purple. Came out really saturated and nice. Joe was like, what are you doing putting fabric? Joe's making tacos and we have a 6-burner, and I said, yeah, I need to use one of the burners. So I finagled a way to put a pot in there, and I said, don't have any of your taco juice. Put it in once, wanted it a little deeper purple, which this is actually a blue, the blue jean Rit dye, but it comes out purple. I wanted it darker, so I just let it sit in the pot, and then I took it back outside and rinsed it. And it's so freaking hot here. This was soaking after I didn't want to do it in the sink in my house because, one, I didn't want Rit dye to splash up or stain my stone sink. So I went on the side of the house and used the hose, and that completely worked. And then it was still light out, so I found a patch of sun and just laid it out on our driveway. And I came back out like 12 minutes later and it was completely dry because it was so hot out. So I love this. So I was going to do this on this. But then I did take a look, and I have a piece of 18 count. Now this piece I did not dye. This is from the Deceased Stitcher stash. And she had this, I think she had something stitched on here, and it was a really small start. So I either cut it off the top or the bottom. And there was this whole extra piece left, and I was going to sell it, but I love it. All the colors, but it's lightly modeled. So 18 count, this lighter or the darker. Went on Instagram, did a poll. You guys decided the lighter color. So lighter color it is on 18 count. This will be a big enough piece, so no worry about that. Already pulled the called for DMC, which I have all the colors, and they're just beautiful. So Rachel and I will be starting this on Saturday. I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm thankful to Rachel. She's letting me stitch along with her because I'm usually not invited to do sals because I stitch or finish it before the other patrons, and then they get upset. And I know it's not a race, but it really is. Kind of is a race, unofficially. Another start, I will be starting with Mare Bear Stitches, Mary. This bag, which is on top of this. Double, Toil and Trouble, Fireburn, Cauldron, Bubble, William Shakespeare. On the back, Something Wicked This Way Comes. Ends on the 31st, we decided. This is out of the Sisters book by Backbird Designs. Typo. We're starting at First Cock's Crow. Love it. So if you have this book and you want to stitch it with us, we're going to start it on the 31st of this month. And I know I sent Mary a ton of inappropriate hashtag sal titles. I think we were going to go with hashtag don't stitch my cock sal. Is that what we were deciding we were going to go with? I think that's what we're gonna go with. Am I using called for colors? I didn't have 4 of them, so I found similar. But here are the colors, all gassed. I'm doing it on 32 count, blue spruce. Because you know I love using my colored fabrics for, and it's on this. So here's the front cover. It's on there. But I think doing it on blue, this is really, really cool. So join in on the Don't Stitch My Cocks Out. So I'm excited to start those, add some new projects into my whip wheel. And that is it. Yes. Oh, life update. So no more cross stitch. Thank you guys. If you want to peace out. If you follow me on Instagram, Stitching in Sequins, you saw that yesterday, the 17th, was 20 years since my back surgery that I had. I had severe scoliosis. I wrote a whole post, so you can feel free to go back and read it. Thank you guys so much for your supportive, amazing, hilarious comments. And yesterday was also 1 year since I had gotten my dad's signature tattooed on my arm. Cal and I went. I was freaking out because I couldn't find, I finally found an artist that would be able to do it, the third tattoo shop that I went to. Because I was just a walk-in, and that's not how it works when you're getting a tattoo. And yes, it took less than 5 minutes to do, but I finally found someone to do it for me. So yeah, today is the 18th, and on Thursday in 2 days is the 1 year anniversary of my dad passing. Cannot believe it. All the emotions coming probably on Thursday. And you know, you guys have been amazing. I have shared the story here. I've been completely open about the whole ordeal. And I know Thursday's just not. Thursday's gonna suck balls. But it can also be positive as well. You know, he's no longer suffering. It was quick, painless. I was there. So I think it really worked well. Everything said and done. Speaking of cancer sucking ass, talked to my grandma, 86-year-old grandma. And if you remember the last few videos, I've been mentioning how she was diagnosed stage 4 ovarian cancer. Lady is cancer free. So chemo's done. They are just keeping an eye on her. The Lynch blood work came back that supposedly this cancer is not genetic. So yeah, 86-year-old grandma going through chemo, stage 4, kicks its ass. What I wanted to share though, I always love sharing what I've done memorial-wise, because I hope it gives you guys out there that have lost loved ones some inspiration or encouragement in some way. So be it getting my dad's clothes made into memorial blankets. So many of you guys loved that idea. stitching on a piece and converting it into a memorial piece. That's what I did for Quaker Gone Haunted by Michelle Inc. Finishing a piece they had started. My dad was not a stitcher, but if your mom was, or your sister, and they have passed and they were working on a piece, finish it, stitch something in, a memorial, frame it up, write it on the back, and hang it. So I wanted to do something special for the boys come Thursday. I'm going to be contacting their teachers and letting them know I'm going to be taking them out of online class for like an hour. I'm going to have my mom, see if my mom wants to come over. She's all weird though with this COVID stuff. But I thought it would be kind of nice if she was over at the time that he passed in the morning. But I wanted to give my boys something for the 1-year anniversary. So I decided to make a memorial book for them. I actually have 3 of them made, one for each of the boys and then myself. This one will probably just go into our safe or go up by his ashes. So I used Shutterfly.com, mugs, puzzles, cups, but they also, you can create photo albums. Now you do everything yourself. You pick that it's hardcover, how many pages, you insert and upload the photos, you add the text, but then there's also an option, you just upload photos and then there's a team of people that put together, but I wanted it to be all me. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I put together. Hardcover, this is a picture of my dad when he was 3, his name, birth, and death. Really, really nice. I did a book for Joe for Father's Day a few years back and loved it. His birth certificate, which I scanned in. He was actually born with a different last name. My maiden name is Baxter. But he was born with the last name, Russian, of Bakshta. But to his parents were not born in Russia, but I believe so my grandparents were not born in Russia, and I'm not sure if my great-great-grandparents were born in Russia. Don't have a ton of ancestry information from that side of the family, my dad's side. My mom's side, yes, Italian. I know I'm Russian from my dad's side, but he was born with Bakshta. Some reason, my grandparents, his parents, decided to change it to Baxter to make it a little more Americanized. So here is the filing paperwork and then a new birth certificate that was issued. Added family photos when he was little, kind of did it chronologically by age. There are my great-grandparents, both maternal and paternal, pictures of him growing up, high school photo, and then added pictures of the boys. So this was a photo taken at Ayrton's last birthday. So this is when he was turning 7. And then some pictures of Cal with my dad, Ayrton with my dad. The boys had also written, I wanted them to write something for my dad and read it to him. And so I said, you know, it can be simple as reasons why I love Pops. That's what they called him. So I scanned in their reasons and posted that there. I have the actual paper, but I thought scanning it in. Added in pictures of the memorial service, and then I contacted the Kahu that did the, I believe that's how you say it, did the service in Hawaii, and he sent me the blessings, the words that he read, and I had those put into the book as well. This is a photo that I took, a panoramic photo that I took when we were leaving, and this is where we spread my dad's ashes, right here at this point. So I wanted this in the book as well. Joe had taken video of the service on the GoPro, so I put in a still picture, pictures of us throwing flowers, and yeah, so great gift as well. So I look forward to giving these to the boys on Thursday. That is it. If you have any questions, comments, go ahead and feel free to put them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. Any new viewers as well, hello. And I will catch you guys next time.